Hello again, it's Joey Joe Maguire. Many of my regular followers would have noticed that I am not drinking in a Wetherspoons pub, not for the last month, as I've decided to give Wetherspoons a miss for a little while. I'm a number one fan actually of Wetherspoons and a wonderful advocate, but enough is enough for the moment. And I'm drinking in a friend's pub. It's called the Broadway Bar. It's one of my favourite local pubs. It's on Fulham Broadway, Fulham Road. That would be London, Southwest 6, United Kingdom. I'm about to recite, second attempt actually, I'm about to recite my latest poem done in the early hours of this morning, as I am a little bit, a tad nocturnal. So whoever tunes in next is the first to hear it. It's called I Speak Little of Those Times, done at 4 o'clock this morning. My childhood, lost in the fog of time, making most of it a blur. Not much to write home about, though there were highlights when I did have my moments, good and bad. I speak little of those times. Military service, doing other people's dirty work. It was supposed to make a man of me. Instead, I found myself broken by a system without heart that can never be beaten. And for what? There are no thanks given for the sacrifices. The medals almost worthless, a calculated method of ensuring silence. I speak little of those times. Homelessness. Welcome to the bowels of humanity, the empty pit of purgatory, where only survivors survive. The torment of the solitary confinement that eats away at your pride and dignity from the inside of your mind, rendering you almost crazy. And eventually you submit. Take the blame for every dismal happening in your life. It's easier than arguing and helps to bring calm to an upturned world where the daytime is even longer than the night. I speak little of those times. That murderous night where foul play was lurking in the shadows of behind. The sickening blow to my head meant to kill, changing my life in a split second of lunacy. Mistaken identity, but who really cares? The long, lonely years of isolation, grappling with the mountains of recovery. I speak little of those times. A chest full of memories, full to overflowing, stifled by my desire to forget, yet constantly at the forefront of my mind. My very own white knuckle ride, where every scream goes unheard, and where I tell anyone who is willing to listen, I speak little of those times. Then I meet someone like Caroline. Some would say heaven sent. A fellow Geordie with the uncanny ability to pull down my creaking barriers with just a glance. And I meet Bambi and Brooklyn, who between them totally disarm my wounded heart. So much so, I find myself pouring out the shortened but unabated version of my autobiography, whilst all the time insisting that I speak very little of those times. The ones especially for Caroline, Bambi, and Brooklyn. Bambi and Brooklyn are beautiful dogs. One's a miniature toy poodle, and the other is a very tiny pincer. Looks a bit like a Doberman, but it's only about 6 inches tall. Beautiful, and they were in a bag. Yeah, wonderful. Anyway, especially to them. Joey. Bye.